Off-putting, hard to watch, brutal. A few ways you could describe the first presidential debate of 2020. History books will showcase this year as a tumultuous time. A quaint expression. For all us living during it, within it, through it, tumultuous lacks weight. Was it a coincidence that the debate mirrored this year? I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican, so let me touch on a few topics while they are salient. We are in this together. Nope. Trump tested positive for COVID-19. Perhaps that disused mask he unfurled from his pocket should have been used more. The White House assures us that protocols in place are solid. Reports now claim no one in Trump's debate prep session wore a mask. We are in this together has been an oft-used slogan since the pandemic began. The coronavirus does not care whether you're white or black, young or old, conservative or liberal. You will get it and transmit it all the same. That part is true. Will you know you have it? Will you receive the same level of care as, say, the president? No. The wealthy and those in positions of power will know about their diagnosis sooner than you. They're more equipped to handle the aftermath, too. I'm no Trump fan, nor am I a fan of his followers. But I don't want him sick, nor do I want him to die from this. It's from the heart. Truly. That said, for the greater good, it would be better if his condition worsened. Earlier this year, Boris Johnson was adamant that COVID-19 wasn't an issue. He suggested herd immunity would be appropriate over action. Then he tested positive, and his outlook changed. A sick Trump may elicit a similar response, not only in his outlook, but of his followers, who need anecdotal evidence. When you reject science, when fighting intellectualism is your MO, only personal experience can satiate you. Yet that could backfire. The case of populist leader Jair Bolsonaro being one example. So, here's to wishing Trump a speedy recovery. Will you shut up, man? There is nothing magical about being president. Being patriotic doesn't mean you curtsy in their presence. Humans are humans are humans. Respect begets respect. America is not a fiefdom. Is it? Everyone expects how a leader should behave. In a bygone era, this expectation wasn't a polarizing issue. It wasn't until Trump made it one. His package, how he sold himself to people, was that he wasn't a politician. Okay, cool. Devoid of other personality traits, that could be appealing. In reality, narcissism and petulance came along for the ride. Trump embodied these traits during the debate while attacking Biden. Destruction is easier than creation. By his own mouth, Trump's extensive plan to undo the Affordable Care Act was the removal of part of it. To him, destruction is creation. Likewise, when he rolls back environmental protections, he sees that as an accomplishment, a boon to corporations and to job creation. When a company makes more money, the first people to profit are the workers, right? Trump is a showman. He yearns for an audience and for their acceptance. Self-aggrandizement from his followers is a carrot he chases untiringly. His performance on stage was a display of emotion, overwhelmingly negative and inexorable. Neither his opponent nor the moderator, who he sees as another opponent, could speak without being interrupted. How dare anyone squelch his performance? I am the Democratic Party. Trump's boisterous performance is easy to mock. His nature is explicit to the core. Now, Biden? He's more implicit. He is a politician. An agent of a broken, two-party system. A centrist who's been around the block for decades. When the progressive Democrats stole the Green New Deal from the Green Party, I was mad. Seriously, what the fuck? But the Democratic Party made sure its values shone through in Biden. It felt like a year ago when there were a dozen candidates for the Democratic nomination. I knew it then and there Someone the likes of Warren or Sanders would never lead the party. The finer points of the winner-take-all system are beyond the scope of this article. Yet, consider that politics is a spectrum. What if your fuel gauge in your car was two lights? You have fuel and empty. Don't represent a range with a binary. Unless you're pan-political. Those people love everyone. I'm no fan of our current system, but I'd appreciate the return of bipartisanship. Ideally, that means centrists need to make a return to politics. More than anything, this ordeal should signal why it's so important to give both parties agency. Why must every Republican follow in lockstep behind Trump? Why must Biden be the Democratic Party? If party members must always follow the whims of their superiors, why have individuals at all? Could it be we do live in a fiefdom? A sword field of muck where two lords battle with their peasant soldiers in tow? Stand back and stand by. Any politician would have done it without thinking. Many condemn Trump for not doing it. Why did he struggle to denounce white supremacy on stage? The right will point out he has, in the past. During Charlottesville, he spoke out about what transpired. There were fine people on both sides. When pressed a few days later, I want to make sure, unlike most politicians, that what I said was correct. He frames the conversation to his strength of not being a politician. When he condemns white supremacists, he groups them with Antifa, both sides. What reasons does he have not to condemn it on stage? 1, he has condemned white supremacy in the past. 2, the mainstream media will spin his words regardless of what he says. 3, he doesn't want to lose supporters that believe in white supremacy. 4, he is a white supremacist himself. From my anecdotal experience, conservative Facebook commenters and family, it's a combination of numbers 1 and 2. He has condemned it before, and whatever he does say will be spun by the mainstream media. Choices 3 and 4 are reasons liberals would give. That his base not only includes white supremacists, but that he is one. White supremacists see Trump as theirs, their president. Trump has to say those things in public. But him not condemning white supremacy wasn't surprising. What he said next did. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. To the Proud Boys, he says, stand by. Someone has to do something about the left. In a debate where he suggests his supporters watch the polls. In a presidential debate, a standing president gave a seditious message to an alt-right group to do something. Poll watchers are officials, chosen weeks in advance. You do not get to watch the polls if you show up on election day. He can't control elections directly, but he can give orders to his army. Best case scenario, Army for Trump supporters attempt to enlist as official poll watchers. What we'll see is anything ranging from voter suppression and intimidation up to and including open confrontation. Certain web design choices of theirs feel a tad Hitler-y. Trump is a desperate man. He's down in the polls. He knows his past is catching up with him. He could deny reports of his tax returns as fake news. But once he's out of office, he loses protection from criminal prosecution. Whether it's sooner or later, he will have to pay his dues.